What's up guys? We're back again to break down the 5 best players in Clash Royale's favorite decks. With everyone in Clash Royale watching and unbelievable pressure on the last day of the season, they relied on their favorite decks to secure their top of the world finish and prove that they're the best players in the world. So let's go jump straight into some games and break down the top players' best decks. Lots of love to everyone that's using credit code SirTag to support the channel. The world champion Mohamed Light dominated the competition using this mortar cycle deck. Alright, we got a game against Paulo with a smiley face. You're probably not going to be smiling for very long finding out that our deck is Mohamed Light's favorite deck that he used in the World Finals, and he also pushed it to number 5 in the world last season with. Okay, so mortar, please lock onto the tower. No! You savage! You went in for Inferno Dragon at the last possible second before the skeletons could distract you. That's very unfortunate. We're still going to get a lot of damage with the Archer Queen on top of everything, and then I can go for a Valkyrie to build up a bigger counter push. And it was incredibly satisfying seeing the skeletons get melted by that Valkyrie's axe there. Okay, I'm going to go for a miner. I'm going to expect him to go for a skeleton army because that's usually what people will do. Unfortunately, he doesn't drop it at the timing that I was hoping. I'm going to go for a log to clean up all the skeletons because the Valkyrie will die. Wait, is the Giant going to get shredded? The Giant's pushing the Archer Queen back so that the tower isn't targeting the Queen. No way. He's going to go for bats now. He only has bats. No, he's going to snowball. Archer Queen isn't dead. Give me a hit. Give me a hit. Oh, that's 2. That's 3. That's insane value. The 1 HP hero. So, as you guys can see, Archer Queen is a bit better than Musketeer. If you had Musketeer, you're probably not going to get 3 hits on the tower with a 1 HP card. Archer Queen is one of the best cards in the game, if not the best card in the game, after the Mighty Miner nerf. Okay, so it's definitely going to be a giant graveyard deck. I want to go in for the Valkyrie on the same side and then immediately go in for the Miner. I don't think he's going to be back to Skeleton Army immediately, so he's going to have to go for Inferno Dragon first. And we'll see what he decides to do here. Are you going to go for a Skeleton Army afterward? I mean, that's not going to work out for you either. The great thing about Archer Queen is it persistently gives you value at the river. That was an unbelievably satisfying log, crushing dreams and making our opponent a meme out here. It's going to snowball back the Archer Queen, but it's going to stay alive and it's going to give us 3 more hits on the tower. Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. It was only 2, actually. I expected a bit more of her, you know? I currently haven't taken any tower damage. We're probably playing against Giant Graveyard, and we are wrecking him. So because he's going to go in for an Inferno Dragon, I can't reliably do too much here. I'm going to go in for a mortar. If I went for a Valkyrie other side, it's just feeding him a free Inferno Dragon to melt everything. So I'm not about that life. Yo, I think he's going to go in for a graveyard right now, and I can go in for a Valkyrie and afford a poison. So the reason why I'm going for a miner is because the miner is going to do 500 damage, and that will completely take tower if he doesn't respond to it. And he has to go in for more aggression if he wants to get damage. So he's just going to lose his entire tower here. We're able to go for Skeletons, Ice Spirit. And the reason we play with our Archer Queen not going for the ability is because I couldn't soak up the damage of the Dark Prince hitting my tower. I mean, I could, but it just doesn't feel right, you know? I don't like giving our opponent free tower damage. And as you guys can see, if you play Mohamed Light's deck into any beatdown push, especially graveyard players, whether it's Giant or Golem, you're just going to get free wins because it's impossible to break through Archer Queen, Valkyrie, and Mortar on defense. This deck is rock solid. It makes sense that the best player in the world is playing such a safe deck. He just doesn't want to lose to people worse than him. Igor finished number 4 in the world using the exact same deck as Mohamed Light, but with bats instead of Ice Spirit. But he also played this Mortar Rocket Cycle deck about 50% of the time. Having the Rocket Cycle as another win condition makes this deck way more toxic. So this deck is 10 times more difficult than Mohamed Light's Fast Cycle Mortar deck with Poison. Poison's kind of got a safety net that'll protect you against graveyard and clone decks and all the weird decks on ladder, where this one is you have Rocket as another win condition, but it doesn't have a big enough radius, and a lot of times you're going to get caught with not enough elixir to defend against your opponent's crazy card combinations that they're going to throw at you. So if you play this deck, maybe you're as good as Igor, or maybe you just feel really comfortable with Rocket, it is way harder to play, and personally, I don't even feel comfortable with it. So I'm going to miner here since we see Earthquake with Giant Skeleton. It's likely not going to have Tornado. Ooh. Wait, do I have the spice? I think we do. This Rocket is very juicy. I had to snag it. You guys know the deal. But the Skeletons, they were not it, Chief. I just wasted 1 elixir that should have been spent on the Hog Rider to deny 1 extra hit. It be how it be. We're still currently in an okay spot in the game. However, we are playing against someone that's got Earthquake. So with Mohamed Light's deck, you would have to use a Ice Spirit plus Mortar, and then do the Mortar here, and then use the Ice Spirit to go and push the Hog Rider into the Mortar every time. But fortunately for us, we can use Bats plus Log and clean up the Hog Rider for a decent trade. So he's going to go for Cannon. I think without the Skeletons in cycle, he's got to go for Giant Skeleton. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to miner in a spot that he's less likely to predict, and we'll see what he does. Yeah, let's go. That Giant Skeleton has to walk a while, man. Let's get it. So I think I'm going to Archer Queen here and then just use an Ice Golem to go and kite the Giant Skeleton into us and then stop him from going for a Hog Rider in that position. See what he decides to do. Pretty easy Ice Golem play. And then after that, we go for Bats. And then we can consider doing some other tactics afterward. I'm going to go for a log so then the Skeletons don't pop off to give him too much value, but he's got around the same damage on both sides. Wait, this is really funny because the Ice Golem is going to protect. Oh, I wanted more value from that. Is he going to lose the Archer Queen on his side of the map? No way. No way. If that skeleton carried me to victory, that would have been hilarious. Okay, I'm going to go in for an Ice Golem, and then we're going to go in for another Mortar here, because I think he's going to lose his Archer Queen. Oh, it didn't die. Well, Archer Queen's fundamentally unfair. The Hog Rider did a couple jumps there that were pretty interesting. I didn't think it would be able to jump that way. I'm going to switch up my miner placements as per usual and never dropping in the same spot. This time we can log the skeleton. That was really good of him to go and double drop stuff at the same time. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but he dropped skeletons in the back and then also giant skeleton in the front, so it would be harder for me to defend. I'm going to go in for a Mortar in the same side. He's probably going to Earthquake this, unfortunately. It'd be really weird for him not to Earthquake that. Why is he not Earthquaking that? What the heck? Okay, if Skeletons can completely clean that up, then I'm vibing. I am going to go and click my Archer Queen ability so then we can melt his. Oh, why does my Archer Queen not survive, but yours does? How does that work, bro? All right, I'm going to Ice Golem, and we're expecting to go for a Hog Rider, so I don't really want to pull that to the other side. Feels bad, man. Oh, wait. We got the moves. We definitely have the moves. I'm just going to cycle Skeletons here. He has no way of killing that because he doesn't have Log and Cycle. Great Skeletons from our opponent again. Always stopping my miner, man. No matter where I drop it, this guy has just got me dialed in on speed dial. Got those Skeletons to hit me up. Okay, I think we can go Bats early on. He's probably going to go for a Hog Rider here, so we want to go in for another Mortar. Definitely a problem as this game starts to escalate. If the Hog Rider gets damaged, then we're going to have huge problems. It's only going to get one hit on the tower, though, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Wait, if we get him into rocket range, we can probably pop off pretty hard. Do I rocket predict on top of the Hog Rider that's going to come down? That would be awesome. I would have probably won the game if that was the case. Fortunately, it didn't work. All right, we're going to go in for a Miner plus Bats because he's going to be less likely to go in for a Hog Rider immediately. I think he's going to go in for an Earthquake here, but he has to defend against the Bats, so I don't know. Is he able to? I guess not. Whoa, Miner putting us in the lead. Okay, so I can rocket twice and win the game, so that's kind of what I'm gearing up for. I think we rocket. Earthquake is going to come down for sure in the left-hand side, but we can just Mortar preemptively and then Bats, and then shut this down with an Ice Golem, and then Skeletons so the Bats are going to get protected, and then rocket one more time and walk away the win. So that's pretty important that I rocketed before cycling the Mortar, because whatever card you cycle first, you'll get back to first. So we only had to cycle 4 cards, got back to a rocket, and rocketed away with a win. Very good player, and as you can see, the Bats that Igor prefers with Mortar paid off so well when our opponent had Earthquake, they could never hit it. Ian used the best Hog Rider Earthquake deck in the game to finish number 3 in the world. He used this exact deck to finish number 1 in the world in the previous season. All right, it's time to play Ian's deck. Yo, we just beat Hog Rider Earthquake, and now we're playing it. Okay, all right. I guess the tables are turning out here. Please let me hit the bar barrel. Let's go. Hey, we knocking you back. We're showing you why log is superior. How do you feel? Getting rolled up into a barbarian barrel, getting all dizzy and confused, and then getting hit by the log again. That must be some trip that man went on. Okay, so he's expecting the Archer Queen, I guess. Does he want the Archer Queen? He knows my deck, because this deck is very oftenly played by Ian. Okay, so he made the prediction on top of the Archer Queen. That was really smart. And he made the prediction with the freeze. Wow, genuinely, well played. You played way better than me in that interaction. I'm not even going to say anything other than well played, because that's what happened there. Wait, can I activate King Tower? Yes, we can! Hey, wait, he's going to activate King Tower, though. Okay, we got to go Skeletons with the Hog Rider, so it's harder for him to pull this. No, he's so good. He used the Lumberjack, so then the Skeletons wouldn't disrupt the pull of the Tornado. I'm triggered that you're this good at the game. Genuinely, I am very impressed by you, sir. So what can we do? Can I pull out this W, or is this guy just going to outplay me 365 every single time that we watch this game? Probably going to freeze this. So I'm not going to do it yet. Oh, we went for Bowler. Oh, finessed. Can we log back the Bowler and mess up its timing? No, if I did, then I would have been able to kill the Bowler. Okay, so smart player. Good player. We do outcycle his Tornado, so he's going to probably have to go for an Inferno Dragon since he doesn't have Lumberjack and Cycle. Just Inferno Dragon this. And freeze. Oh, we got back to Lumberjack. Is Ice Spirit going to connect and jump onto the tower? Oh, it just jumps on the Lumberjack. That's unfortunate. I go Skeletons here. Do we full counter? I think so. Because we have the King Tower activated. Going to pull back the Lumberjack. Not take any damage if we go Archer. Okay, I had to drop an Archer Queen. Ah, I took damage. That's unfortunate. Do we go in for dual lane of pressure? Because it's going to be harder for him to be able to defend everything with all of his insane splash damage. We'll see what we can do. That was the weirdest balloon I've ever seen in my life, but it kind of worked, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to go for a Hog Rider in front. Maybe we can get some extra value with the Archer Queen. I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to freeze. That was literally the weirdest balloon I've ever seen in my life. He played so well, and then he did that. He was like Albert Einstein, and then he graduated to kindergarten. Okay, I'm going to go in for a Giant Skeleton here at the river because I think he's going to go and cycle stuff in the back, and he does. Good stuff. I'm going to go Archer Queen, and then I can go for another Hog Rider because he's in a bad card cycle, and it's going to be harder for him to defend everything, especially if I can Ice Spirit and then have the Giant Skeleton pop off. Okay. So I'm not going to click the ability yet. Doesn't make sense to until the bowler is like raged up and in our presence. Now we're going to try to log and melt the bowler. Whoa, Archer Queen, pop off harder. Show us why you need a nerf. Okay, we're going to Hog Rider here. I'm going to go in for a Giant Skeleton. I'm going to Ice Spirit on the Inferno Dragon because that's what he has to do. Please don't go on to the freaking Lumberjack again. Okay. All right, we didn't want you on that Lumberjack anyway. All right, is that gonna do enough damage here? What are we playing for? I think we're playing for Archer Queen and Cannon play on defense. Cannon definitely dies. I should have dropped my Archer Queen up way higher. It is what it is. You live and you learn, right? My Archer Queen way higher, we would have been able to defend everything very, very nicely because it would have melted the Inferno Dragon, but I miserably messed that up. Wait, I think he overcommitted. I can't cycle another Archer Queen ability, but I really want to. I'm going to Giant Skeleton here, and then you can't break through the cannon as reliably as you would like. You are going to freeze me, so I'm going to try to go in for a Hog Rider, so it's going to be harder for you to do that. I think he freezes. He does, but then the Hog Rider locks onto the tower, and then we can go in for an Ice Spirit here. Wait. This is kind of sketchy for both of us. This game is coming down to the wire. He played so freaking well, though. Okay, can I just kill the bowler with the Archer Queen, please? Oh my gosh, watch this. If I go for an Earthquake and a log and I kill the bowler and the Archer Queen stays alive, no way, right? No shot, right? Maybe I can cycle 2 cannons here. I think that's also another strategy that I haven't done in a long time. So we're going to pull this back. I'm going to cycle another cannon. No, he gets death damage. He played that super well as well. Ice Spirit. Cycle a really high cannon here. Oh my gosh, that was a sick tornado too, dude. I need an Ice Spirit again. This game is really coming down to the wire. I think he genuinely outplayed me the entire time. Is the Hog Rider going to get a hit? Oh, not quite. But I think I can Earthquake you and then win that way. Especially if I can get a cannon down and then log. Okay, that's enough. So I will win the game unless he tornadoes. Oh my gosh, that was close. What a good player. That was perfect gameplay from him the entire time besides that balloon. And coming down to the last seconds and barely winning with Earthquake is super scary. After that win, we are 8,500 in the world. Sfix destroyed other pro players with this graveyard deck. If you don't have Skeleton King, you can always run Knight or Valkyrie. After some ridiculously close games, maybe, just maybe, we'll get an easy one here. So Naso from Naso Gang, dude, that's a cool clan. That's a cool name. And everywhere you're just advertising yourself. What you gonna do? Okay, Inferno Dragon makes me feel like we might be playing against Lumberjack Balloon Freeze again. Or it could be a Mega Knight deck. It could also be Electro Giant. There's a lot of different things with Inferno Dragon. That Flying Frog melts dreams and devastates you. So he's gonna have Heal Spirit. Oh my gosh, this is Elixir Golem. Huh. Well, I haven't played against that in a fat minute. This is a bit risky to do, but I want to just make him very uncomfortable. I want to force him to defend so we can surgically dissect his push. Okay, I mean, I could hypothetically go in for a Baby Dragon here, but I don't know if that's the right play. I think it is now. Definitely is now. And then I can go in for... Oh, I could have activated King Tower there. I think that was the right strategy. I just got a little bit scared because if I activated King Tower and he had spammed more on the right-hand side, my Baby Dragon wouldn't have helped out like it did there. So I was like... I was weighing the consequences. I'm like, activate King Tower, maybe lose the game against an Elixir Golem player. I decided not to lose the game against Elixir Golem. Tornado this is also very risky. I'm going to click the ability as well, but that will take tower if he doesn't defend it or respect it. I don't think he's defending it or respecting it. Okay, we get Ice Wizard. I also want to drop it a little bit over to the right so then we can pull it and go towards the Inferno Dragon so I don't have to spend as much Elixir. Oh my gosh. You are one wild child. Okay, this is going to be a much easier game. I'm happier now. But wait, it is Elixir Golem. I could still lose. I've said that before and then lost against Elixir Golem and felt like a fool. And you guys were laughing at me in the comment section. I was like, yeah, you know, I probably deserved that. It was bad karma. So we have to gear up for a solid defense here. He is definitely going to be spamming me like a savage soon. The Elixir Golem is going to come down in the back. He's going to stack up 2 battle healers, and he's going to make an onslaught of aggression. Yeah, so that Inferno Dragon, it will melt my baby dragon. There isn't anything I can do about that. But if I cycle a Skeleton King in the back, then go for a Tombstone, how are we going to make this happen? I guess the Inferno Dragon is the scariest card in his deck. That is the one card that I look at and I'm like, I can't kill that easily. So let's try to kill it with our Ice Wizard so that it can't get healed up by the battle healer in time. You want the Ice Wizard and Poison to put in work. Hopefully it works out. We'll see. With Tornado, I think I am able to kill the Inferno Dragon, so I won't have to worry about that. The Electro Dragon is going to give him a lot of value. I'm going to go for a Barbarian Barrel relatively early and then use our Tornado and then Skeleton King again and then get back to another Tombstone. We just need to kill the Elixir Golem blobs so we can continuously get Elixir, and then the supporting cards won't be that big of a deal. I'm going to go in for another ability so we can make sure that the Electro Dragon isn't going to chain on to things that matter. I'm sorry, Skeletons, you don't matter that much to me. And then we're going to Tornado everything back and stop the attack. So the main thing that I did was make sure that I killed the Inferno Dragon so he couldn't keep that alive, because if Inferno Dragon stays alive and it gets onto your Baby Dragon, Ice Wizard, those cards don't do that much damage, so you will always lose bridge battles against Inferno Dragon. And then I cycled multiple poisons, used some tombstones, basically just tried to make sure that his air cards would die to my splash damage and poisons. And luckily enough, we were able to completely crush that Elixir Golem player. After eating Elixir Golem alive, now we're 8,000 in the world. Doom finished #1 in the world without any champions using this Lava Hound clone deck. Doom rose to the top with this deck, and it's a Lava clone. It's crazy that he was able to win so consistently with this. I feel like whenever people see a clone deck, whether it's Golem clone or Lava Hound clone, they're just like, you can't win very often with this. It's just matchup based. And you're skillessly spamming stuff at the river. There's nothing to differentiate a 6K player and then someone at 8,000 in the world. Everyone just drops Lava Hound in the back, clones it, and spams. But honestly, if he was able to beat everyone in the game, the best players in the world that were running like Royal Delivery Archer Queen, I think that there was some skill involved. So maybe it's a good deck to main. Obviously, if we're playing against someone that has Flying Machine and Baby Dragon and likely a Lava Hound deck too, I think I'm going to get a lot of value with my cloned up pups. Let's go. Wow, I already did half of his tower. And I was talking about how the deck took skill. Maybe I should shut up. I don't know, guys. All right, so typically in this type of situation, I think it's better for me to Lumberjack in the right-hand side just to force out some extra elixir or skeleton army or something. Maybe that wasn't very smart because now I have to yeah, I definitely have to defend the skeleton army, or I should defend. Nah, I'm not going to. I'm just going to eat the 500 damage that he's going to get. All right, that's cool. It is what it is. I'll go for skeleton army in the middle. Maybe he's going to miss it. Maybe he's going to mess up. We'll see. He fireballs on it? Wait, what? What are you doing? If you zap on top of the bats, then I'm so screwed. Fortunately, you decided not to. Wait, the baby dragon splashed onto the lava pups. I've never seen that in my life. All the lava pups spawned in, and they had already taken damage. Wait, what? That's crazy. Can I just go in for a clone and have the baby dragon splash onto your pups? Oh my gosh. Wait. I think we're going to take tower here. I think the baby dragon's going to get disintegrated by the lava hound pups too. I could arrows this. I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather go in for baby dragon on defense, or maybe just eat the damage and lumberjack instead and then expect him to go in. Ooh. Okay. What I can do is do this and then go for a fly machine because you're probably going to fireball and everything. Oh, he's got clone of his own. This man's a legend. He's a savant. He's built different. But I took out most of his tower there, and then I can go in for a fly machine and then skeleton army, and he can't break through because the skeleton army is just going to soak up all the damage. Oh, I forgot he had fireball. That's an oopsie. That's a gigantic oopsie. But maybe the baby dragon wins the battle of the river. I believe in the baby dragon. It's crazy that we're playing against another lava clone player. I feel like the more sophisticated sir with arrows. I feel like I'm running the better deck. I stole it off the #1 player. All right, maybe I can go in for a lumberjack here and then just clone it up and win. Because if I use bats and we clone everything up, it's going to be very hard for him to defend since he doesn't have arrows. So the bats stockpiling up, he needs to be able to finish off with like his own clone, but he can't, right? The bats are just going to ruin everything. Wow! Lava Hound clone arrows for the win, baby. I think it was pretty obvious that we have a huge advantage over the fireball player as soon as he had to fireball on top of like, you know, a skeleton army. Just doesn't bode very well for him, taking a -1 trade every single time. We completely dominated him. And that was quite the clean win streak to put us at 7,700 in the world. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.